So I think they can hear us now. Hello, everyone. Steph babies, I know, right? So early, Legion Cage. Zhang's here. Man, there is a giant party in the chat. And it's like this party showed up to my bedroom and I'm freaking out. Oh my gosh, there's a sub too? Oh, Steph, you're not breaking my heart. I can't even talk today. How do you pronounce Skye? This is one of your friends. Minhhhg.
Yeah, hi Min.
Ming. Oh, okay. And Alex Sada. I just wanted to acknowledge everyone who's here, and if I didn't get a chance, just thank you so much for being here. We are going to have a lovely, lovely time today. I don't know how I am conscious, but we have a legend. Iznib's pointing to the other side. You're pointing out. Other side, other
So,
side. Iznib is pointing to the lovely, lovely Skye Frye. And, this is hype worthy. Oh my god, there's a hype train randomly, but it doesn't matter. Look at this. This is insane. We, I, we got people in 3 different time zones. Skye, what time is it by you? I will tell everyone right now it is 10 a.m. for me.
It is 9:15 p.m. for me here.
Yeah, that's the time difference. And Iznib's meeting us in the middle, right?
yes, 3:15 in the afternoon for me.
Oh my
Although
gosh.
it's basically my morning, so
Blitz, it's 7 a.m. for Blitz. This is the most
International.
insane thing ever that we are having people here. I was like, this is gonna be like, the essential equivalent of lo-fi beats. This is gonna be just like a very chill talk that no one's gonna show up to, and it's just gonna be there on the recordings. But we're here with Iznib and Skye Frye finally together for one of the most epic podcasts that I've been able to pull off. I'm saying that as if I've been able to pull it off, but these guys came together. We were able to pull it in last minute, especially Iznib. Thank you so much for being here, like late
Oh,
late in the
dude, no
game.
problem.
Um,
Thank you for having me,
oh,
especially
dude,
with Skyfi here. My
yes,
God,
and
I'm honoured. Honoured.
yes,
Yeah, no.
and and this is just so cool. We should start by letting you guys introduce yourselves. You guys know Iznib, so I'll let Skye. Well, I'll let Iznib give a proper introduction so that we can show Skyfire how it's done.
Well, I won't go crazy because it's a little bit early in the morning. But
Oh
yes,
yes,
hello, folks.
fireworks.
Oh, fireworks! My God, okay. Guys, hello, it's me, Iznib. How are you doing? Are you all well today? Are you having a good day? I
Uh,
hope that you are. I certainly am. Skyfi is, Pocket is. Welcome on in. Enjoy yourselves. Relax. Kick back. Yes, but anyway, I'm the podcast champion, as you should know, and
yeah.
I'm variety streamer extraordinaire. Currently playing through the entirety, yes, the entirety of the Final Fantasy series. Come and hang out with me if you like. You will be sure of a warm welcome, no doubt.
That was
Yeah.
that was kind
Eh,
of epic. Yes.
Oh,
Um,
thank you, Rocket.
and and I have to ask, since you're saying the entirety of the
Mm.
Final Fantasy franchise, you probably mean the mainline games and not Crisis Core. I could
I
go into
do.
the yeah.
It is a bit of a cop out. How many
It's
actual
not a
Final
cop
Fantasy
out.
games are there?
There's so
Eh,
many.
I don't know. Main series and sequel and direct sequels.
Yes,
You know.
but not direct
uh,
prequels like Crisis Core.
No, no, whatever.
Whatever. Though you should play that game at some point. Maybe I should stream it. I don't
Okay,
know.
maybe you should. You should. Rocket.
Yeah. It jumped up in value. And let's give the man of the hour, Skyfry. Just
uh,
introduce yourself for the audience. Just tell them a little bit about your channel. That's all.
Hi everybody. My name is
Yes.
Sky.
Yes.
From Indonesia, Jakarta, Indonesia. So yeah, I live in the other parts. um, I usually play horror games and some JRPGs, mostly story-driven games. And currently, I am playing Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate. and I am going to play a whole new game on Tuesday, actually, and it's going to be a surprise. So
Ooh.
yeah, I will announce it. I will on Tuesday.
Ooh, he's gonna tease it.
There is one thing you forgot, Skye, to mention. You're absolutely beloved and adorable and
Yes.
wonderful.
Yes.
And everybody knows it.
Yes. No, this is true. This is absolutely true, and I wouldn't be up
You've
at
killed-
this hour if it
you
wasn't
killed your mic, Skye,
that.
in this
Yeah.
excitement.
Yeah.
We've
Oh,
lost
we've
one mic,
lost
Skye.
Skye. We've lost Skye. This is
He's got his
great.
beautiful face. And his
Yes.
beautiful voice.
Exactly. So Skye's gonna get right back to us in a second when the mic clears up. But man, can I just give a shout out as well to chat and how incredible you guys are today? Whatever, you guys blow my mind. I was like, yeah, this is gonna tank my average viewers today. We're literally gonna get up at a time that nobody knows, and anywho. And there's a hype train going on. Again, by the time no one knows there's a hype that's so weird.
Hype train?
Yes,
Really?
there you are.
Wow.
You're back, Skye. Skye, come back to me.
Yay.
Exactly.
So sorry, so sorry. The cord just went loose.
Oh yeah, no, that happens to me all the time. This mic is quite annoying. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm
Thank you, Skye.
nervous, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah, we
you're
fixed
nervous.
that, but
You
it's
just. I'm the one who's nervous.
He's just launching bitties around.
Yeah, launching them. There's just he actually
In the
triggered
pea
my
cannon.
he actually triggered my my biggest event that happens, which is Hopes and Dreams by Undertale. You know, for the soundtrack of Undertale. Thank you so much. We've got a lot of crazy cool topics to talk about today, but I do want to start with, man, you're playing Final Fantasy VII remake Intergrade.
Yep.
With Knuckles featuring Devil May Cry's Dante. You know, what else is there? With Funky Mode. This is great. I haven't got a chance to play it. How have you been? Oh my god. I'm focusing on the conversation, not the chat.
much
You guys are
excitement.
amazing.
Fuck it, he's getting
How-
distracted.
I know, right?
Thank you, Steph.
Thank you, Steph. How have you been enjoying the remake to one of the greatest games of all time, according to a lot of people that I only played like 2 years ago?
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. I mean, seeing Cloud in 60 FPS.
Oh
Ah!
yeah. Oh, it's just
I'm a huge fan of Cloud.
it's just that sword. I just want that sword. And apparently
Not a huge fan of his hair, though. Not a
Oh,
huge fan of
yeah.
his hair.
he needs a haircut.
But he's cool.
Some people just
He
don't
does.
understand that they need a haircut. Like, what is up with that?
And most guys are actually Team Tifa, but as for me, I am Team Aerith.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Honestly, it's a hard.
Steph gets me. Steph gets me.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you, it's hard for me to choose, but I have a poster in the living room from Displate. It's Aerith in the water being held by Cloud, and I'm not going to go into any.
Oh.
I'm not gonna go into any of the like story points on it, but it's Aerith is awesome. Let's just say that. I see
Yes.
that this is great. Legion Cage got auto modded for huge sword. I will allow that. Let me 1 second. You guys will be able to see it in a second.
Get Cloud's huge sword off your mind.
Yes,
I know you can't stop thinking about it.
that's amazing. That's amazing. But does anyone? Sorry, not does anyone. Iznib, do you have any fun thoughts on Final Fantasy VII or Final Fantasy VII Remake that you'd like to share with the class?
Yeah, I love Final Fantasy VII. It's one of. I mean, it was my very first Final Fantasy game in introduction to the series. I love it. I'm not sure if it's the best Final Fantasy. There's fans out there who feel seven's the best ever, which is fine. I feel
I'm
like if
with
you did
you.
like
I'm with you.
a pecking order, it'd probably be in the top half of the entire series. But I don't know if it's even near the top or the best. Certainly.
I
That being said,
yeah, yeah.
it's an excellent JRPG and an excellent Final Fantasy game. Uh, Unfortunately, I have never played the remake. I've seen friends play it a little bit.
Yeah.
It looks staggeringly good.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, if,
Graphically, looks mind blowing, and the combat looks to me very appealing. As somebody who enjoys more modern style Final Fantasy combat, um,
yeah.
I hope one day I'll get to play it. Yeah, any haters out there who rag on it because it's they've changed the story.
Oh,
Oh
wait,
no!
I haven't gotten to that part yet.
Okay, yeah. I'll
Yeah,
just let you.
if they, man, like I have some predictions, but I don't. I'm so scared. Like I don't want them to change much. With that story, I know. I'm just like I don't. Because I heard there are changes to Final Fantasy VII that they do to Final Fantasy VII that they do with the remakes. I don't want it to happen. Even though once again I only came into really appreciating it a couple years ago, and you could be right. That's not the most. I mean, I haven't played another Final Fantasy game that I thought was better because I haven't really. I don't get into RPGs, but I I feel like it's the type of thing where Final Fantasy VII is just a thing. It's just a.
Mm.
It's like Mario. An Italian plumber may not make the best video game character of all time, right? It's not how, but it's Mario, right? And Final Fantasy VII, it is Final Fantasy VII. It is
Mm.
Cloud. It is Red 13 and all these other things, where it can't be anything else. And while there are other ones that are better, in a lot of people's opinion, it's just such a legend, right?
Yes.
It's hard to, yeah.
Can you? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yes, hit.
Can you guys give me a moment?
Yeah, yeah, no, do your thing. We've got this.
Be right back.
Yeah, yeah.
No worries, Skye. She'll
Sorry.
survive without you.
Yeah, no, we're gonna do an ad break. This is brought to you by us being conscious. Me being able to get up in the morning and actually do this. Totally Kiwi rated with a party of one. Thank you so much, Carl. If you guys have any questions in the chat that you would like us to ask the lovely, lovely guests or myself, don't do that. Then please hit us with it. But yeah, I always thought about. I was gonna say something around like it's Final Fantasy VII, so it's just a legend. And like
Yeah,
the original,
it
yeah,
stands apart. Definitely, Pocket. Yeah.
it
I'm
definitely.
back.
Oh,
Sorry.
Skye is
I'm back.
back. Skye is back.
Sorry. Urgent calls.
No, don't worry about it. No, if anyone calls, you can tap them in. They can join and everything. Um.
Unfortunately, it was my boss.
Oh, well then even better. Get paid for this. So yeah. So Final Fantasy VII. I was just concluding that Final Fantasy VII itself is just a legend, right? It's even though some things could be better than seven. It is iconic by all senses, by all means. And it's kind of interesting because they could have just had one storyline. It is called Final Fantasy, and they just keep making it an anthology. I don't understand
Exactly.
that. Like
It's
like what? I guess it's because the world has to be ending in each Final Fantasy game. I'm gonna keep slurring, slurring my words and stuff, and
that's fine. That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I believe there's actually a specific reason it's called Final Fantasy.
Yes, we went over
Which
this at one
I think,
point.
yeah, didn't we? But it's kind of in
Yeah,
in the
tell
long run. It's right, yeah, no. I think it's Legion Cage who actually told me this. The very first Final Fantasy, the studio that was making it, it was basically their last ditch effort. If that game wasn't going to be a commercial success, the studio was going to go under. So it was their
Yeah.
final fantasy game.
Yeah, I
Um,
heard of that story before.
yeah, and well, thankfully it worked out, and they just ran with the name. Now we've got dozens of Final Fantasies.
Mm.
Yeah,
Speaking
exactly.
of Final Fantasy VII, like it's quite funny that you guys mentioned like Final Fantasy VII was so popular back in the day. Um, but as for my country, which is Indonesia, Final Fantasy VII wasn't really that big
Oh,
when I
cool.
was a kid. Final Fantasy VIII was actually.
Really?
Curious.
It was so huge. Final Fantasy VIII was so huge, and it came out in 4 discs. So
Yeah.
which was why like a lot of my friends they were like, "Have you played this game? It's so amazing, and it's got like 4 discs. It's so huge, and they look like real people. You know, like it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Especially it was during the 90s, right? So
Mm-hmm.
a
Yeah.
game came out with that kind of graphic back then. It was so mind blowing
Yeah,
to me.
some people growing up probably don't know of like the time when 3D was just starting, and it was a huge deal if anything was 3D. Like if you look at the South Park movie, the trailer I think both the South Park movie and the Simpsons movie, they have a trailer where it's like a 3D rendering happening. At least the Simpsons movie has
Oh.
like, this is, the most. It had like a very good looking 3D animation, and then it's just like the Simpsons movie, in 2D. Um, it was a huge deal for any game to be in 3D, and stuff like Ocarina of Time. One of the reasons people thought it was like the greatest game of all time was just because you didn't have a quest to
Really?
like save. Well, you didn't. You didn't have a quest to save the world in 3D. You didn't. So.
Ocarina of Time.
Oh,
I just recently played that.
um,
How far?
yeah.
How far
How
did you get, Guy?
And I'll
And what
actually
was your
grab
impressions
something
of
because
it?
Legion asked for me to show off a video game, and I don't mind actually showing the people what I've just got. Yeah, go on.
No worries. Go.
Yes.
But
Tell us about Ocarina.
ish. Oh no. Iznib, have you played Ocarina of Time?
Yeah, I got it when it was released, Sky, and I loved it, and I love it, and I'm looking forward to playing it on stream at some point in the future. Is his face? His face.
Um, hmm,
So, how far did you get,
I
Sky?
tried to love it though.
Did you
I tried to love it.
did you complete the first dungeon?
Nope.
No.
I got
Okay.
stuck in the Deku tree.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, the first dungeon. Um, what was it you didn't like about it, or what you struggled with? Was it the fact that it's like early 3D
The
controls,
combat,
the combat?
the
Okay.
controls, and the puzzles. All the Zelda puzzles were just insane to me. Maybe I'm just dumb. I don't know.
I mean,
No, I
I
mean
feel that they
sometimes.
start off fairly easy in the Deco Tree,
But
but
the thing is, with some of the Zelda puzzles in 3D Zelda games are. I mean, I'm probably taking this from sequelitis, but there are a bunch of issues, and you should take a look at Egoraptor's YouTube video, sequelitis on Ocarina of Time, on the flaws of Ocarina of Time. Some of them were like, look around the room and find an eye to shoot with a bow and arrow. When I played Wind Waker with my roommate, we were like, okay, so which torch puzzle is this next? Where you just take a torch and you light it and you light different things. It's less of a puzzle, more of an errand, you know?
mm,
And it's like if you don't see it, you don't figure out the puzzle because it's less of a puzzle, more of, oh, I noticed there's a thing on the wall, I have to click on it. That's not a
yeah,
puzzle. So, dude, we beat Majora, the Gaming Avengers says. And like I mean,
well
Majora's
done,
much
mate.
harder. I haven't beat
Yeah,
Majora yet.
it's
Okay, what is your favorite Zelda games, guys?
Me personally,
um.
yeah. Iznib, you go first.
Oh, thank you, Pocket.
Yeah,
I
thank
can
you.
probably guess what yours would be. I'm going to guess that yours is Breath of the Wild, rather. Sorry, but I may be wrong. I don't know, Sky. I never played the retro Zeldas, the first and second one. Maybe I'll play them one day. Um, my familiarity of Zelda is not as what it could be. Link to the Past, obviously, I'm very familiar with.
And you loved
Link's
it?
Yeah, of course I love it. Of course, it's a Zelda game. Skye, it's a Zelda game. Of course I loved it. What's he talking about?
That was the first game I completed on stream.
There we go. There we go. And it was one of my early games I played on stream as well, Pocket, because obviously
Well, because
it's
I never
Link to the
played it.
Past. It's,
Because I never played it before
oh, okay.
then. Yeah.
There we go. In fact, you know what, Pocket? That might have been the very first game I saw you stream, honestly.
Oh, that makes sense. That's
I
cool.
think so. I think so. But anyway, yes, Link's Awakening, a controversial
Yes.
option, but it may be my favourite. I think it's because it's my very first one. I got it as on the Game Boy as a kid, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!"
It has so much charm.
It really does, Pocket. I'm so glad you said that because a lot of Zelda fans dismiss it. They're like, "Oh, whatever. It's not, Link to the Past, so therefore it doesn't deserve to exist." And it's like, no, calm yourself. I really like Ocarina. Majora's Mask is interesting, but not as good as Ocarina, I feel.
I just love the
And
concept of the mask. I just want
it's
one of those for
interesting,
my
certainly.
wall.
I don't like the yeah.
I love the
I don't
design.
like the time mechanic where you've got to constantly reset time and stuff. That
But isn't
and you
it a
want a
cool
time limit, that's
concept?
yeah, but how well executed was it? I don't know.
Well, I'm
It's
saying
not for me to judge.
a cool story concept.
I feel like I don't belong here.
Well, you definitely
No,
belong
you
here,
definitely
Sky. I'm gonna
belong
convert
here.
you. But yeah, sorry, just to wrap up my thought.
Yes.
Wind Waker is absolutely excellent and underrated. I love that game. People are like, "Oh, it's on the sea, therefore it sucks." No, that makes it cool and interesting.
Unless
And the
you
graphical style
yeah.
of it.
No, unless you don't get the unless you don't realize, and this was great. I'm sure it was on the box, but I didn't realize that I actually needed a sail. So I quit the game
Yeah.
because I didn't know there was a sail. So
You can sail?
oh yeah, so Wind Waker, there's a big vast sea, and you sail across it, with a sail, and at one point you're just supposed to pick up the sail from one of the areas, but I didn't know that was my next quest. I thought I was just supposed to move from one island to an island by moving the boat like with the tiny bit of like I guess rudder it would have. It doesn't there's no reason for it to actually be able to move, but you can move it a little bit, I believe, without the sail. If you get the sail, you can actually move. So I was just like going for hours without the sail, and I was like, nope, I quit. So Skye,
So it's another
you're not the
open
only
world
one.
game?
Yeah,
Quote unquote
it is
open world,
definitely
yeah.
open world. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh,
Really
Wind
like
Waker
it.
is an open world game. Okay, so I'll just gonna have to pass that game.
Yeah.
It is a long one. It is a long one. And you asked me what my
I
favorite
can't-
is. Huh?
Oh yeah, what is it? Breath of the Wild?
I mean, it's really a hard choice because I remember having the most fun with Minish Cap, being wowed by Ocarina of Time, and just enjoying so much Breath of the Wild. I don't want to say my favorite's Breath of the Wild, but it's the one that I've been having the most consistent enjoyment from. Right? I feel like I appreciate the others more. But Breath of the Wild is so satisfying, and I can have a dog. You
Is
tap
it?
you tap
Is
in
it
this.
satisfying? Really?
Oh, it's so satisfying. It's well because it's like a vacation. You have this giant landscape and you can go wherever you want, however you want. And it's just so tranquil. It's a beautiful. Yeah, have you seen much of it, Skye?
I have. I actually got the parachute thingy.
The glider. Yeah.
Yeah, the glider. Yeah.
Yeah.
I already got the glider, and then I was about to enter the next dungeon, and then
Yeah.
I rage quit.
But you,
'Cause
yeah.
I was so bored, so sleepy.
Yeah, it is. Oh, it's too much freedom. Steph says that makes sense. I mean,
Exactly, and I got lost all the time.
Well, the thing is, that's the whole point of the game, right? Like after you get the glider, stops to be it stops being linear, and it's now just
I
a
don't
game
like
of
getting
like.
lost.
Well, there is no lost in that game. After you get the glider, you can go wherever you want. The whole point is to explore wherever you want. Um, there are like semi goals that you can have, but yeah.
Would you say, Skye, that you're not a fan of open world games? Because this probably sounds crazy to you and me, Pocket. I
Yeah.
love an open world game. Obviously you do, but I've since met a lot of people on Twitch who do not they don't like an open world game. They want a linear path to follow. As soon as you give them any freedom, they feel overwhelmed or they feel
That's
aimless.
me.
Yeah,
I'm one of those
Steph's the
people.
same. Yeah,
Well, there's also
I need
like
sorry to call you out
I
there,
need
Steph.
someone to control me over.
there's types of gamers, right? It's very interesting when you think like break down. Well, why do people play games? And there are people who play games just to dominate and be like the top of everything. So, your standard competitive uh, esports player is one of those, right? I play to like see what crazy things and what creative ways I can get things, or like what I can collect in a game. There's many different ways that people interact with games. It's interesting to think about. Like, man, why do people like, you know, Zelda for 3 different reasons? Um, yeah, so you could get a lot out of games for different reasons. So I don't know. Everyone. It's far from anything wrong to like not like open world games. Like a linear story, it has real benefits. Getting lost for an hour, for 3 hours while I'm trying to sail the seas in Wind Waker definitely doesn't have its upside. I can tell you that much. But yeah, so Skyfry, what is your favorite game? How about that?
Oh, easy pick.
Oh, awesome.
Number one would be
Number one.
Final Fantasy X.
Okay.
That'll be my number one.
See, and I
I
can't
love,
even.
love, love Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, and I can't even play Final Fantasies typically. I had to like push myself through Final Fantasy 7. It's just RPGs are hard for me. Like
No,
open world is hard for you. Yeah, sorry.
really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because it's slow. It's slow. Combat is grindy. It's very story based. My types of games are very typically they're very interactive. They're very action oriented. So
I see.
yeah, so like one of my favorite games of all time is Hollow Knight, right? Which is
Oh shit.
which is you pop in immediately and you're like there's a bunch of challenges for you to do. It's all very and the story is in the background, you know? The story when you get to the end of Hollow Knight, you're crying because of the music and how it tells a story. Not because of a lot of block text. Uh yeah. So it's just hard for me to get into. So it's interesting. There's just different types of gamers. Life is Strange is in the list. I have to be um this is the chat. I have to finally play Life is Strange. Life is Strange wouldn't be
Life
for
is Strange
me.
is really good,
Yeah, I have to finally get to
Agreed.
it. Well, my
but I
thing.
don't know
Yeah.
if it's going to be on my list though.
Oh
It's really good
man.
though. It's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. I have to finally play it. I haven't been playing it because I tried to indie Nintendo and retro, but you know I guess I'm just a variety streamer at the end of the day. I also don't have a console for it. I have Game Pass. I think it's on there. Alas. Guys, let's try one news story and then we'll continue kibitzing. We will continue chatting about all the fun things. The
Please tell us, Pocket,
yes.
what's been going on in the world?
You know what? I'm gonna do the fun one. Last week on July 1st, I believe, the Plump Mouse Pokemon gets its own special day. It's Bidoof
Oh.
Day. Here's what to
Oh,
expect. So I don't know if you guys saw this, but there is a trolley Pokemon named Bidoof. Skye, are you familiar with Bidoof?
Nope.
Yeah. Don't worry. It's a very forgettable Pokemon. So on Bidoof Day, because oh man, I have to do that. You can get like a hat. You can get a hat that's Bidoof. Man, I missed it.
What's
So,
that? What is that?
What a
so
shame, Pocket. It would suit you.
Bidoof is a Pokemon, and on Bidoof Day, they added a hat in Pokemon Go for Bidoof.
Oh, and that's a cute
It's a
one.
cute one, but it's infamous for being useless. It's infamous for being like absolutely useless. You can't even teach it many great moves. It doesn't learn any great moves. And so it's always been a meme Pokemon where people are like Pokemon Brown version. You start with Bidoof. You go. Every gym leader has Bidoof in the wild. Where do you catch Bidoof? Um, yeah, like the Elite Four is Bidoof. Your legendary is Bidoof. So it's always been. Steph is like Bidoof and I have that in common exactly, and so it's always been a troll Pokemon. So what they did was they put out Rick Astley's "Never Gonna Give You Up," but like a parody of it for Bidoof Day, starring Bidoof like dancing. And they did a bunch of like quests in Pokemon Go, and they did a whole celebration over a Pokemon that's like silly and trolly. Skye, um, how's your Pokemon gaming? I guess how's your Pokemon gaming knowledge?
Um,
Something you haven't gotten
I
around to yet,
I'm only familiar with the first gen, actually.
which is really
Ca-
I'm not gonna be they call them like first geners, but I am one who is a huge fan of the first Pokemon game. I mean,
Yeah, because
it's so
Pokemon
good.
Pokemon Yellow actually on my top 10 favorite games of all
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah,
Pokemon Yellow is so good. I remember that I used to play it on my Game Boy Pocket.
yeah.
It was so good. It was so good. I remember like I was struggling with finding a Poke Flute.
Yeah. It's it definitely is not a perfect game. Uh it's just so amazing though. Like they perfected the formula by game 1, right? And by perfected, right? As I said, it's not a perfect game, but the new games are far from perfect. So like they haven't really changed it since like game 2, I'd say. They're whatever. This is going to get very technical, right? There are changes along the way. But it's a game that really needs a huge change, and they're trying to do that, I think, with Pokemon Arceus. And we'll see how that goes. I'm just trying to type here that Iznib is right, that F is the best in the world, as I'm trying to talk, and I'm like getting diverted. Yeah,
That's
so
right.
And eating Cheetos.
So,
yeah,
are you Pocket? Are you aware of what changes they're going to be making in the new Pokemon?
no,
Or
nobody is.
you just hoping?
Oh,
Right. Okay.
I've been pretty vocal about it's. They took Breath of the Wild's engine, like all the
Mm.
nice, all the very pretty things you find in Breath of the Wild, and then they plugged in, like they superimposed over Snake from Metal Gear Solid's face a Pokemon trainer, and they had 3 seconds of him walking and hiding. That is what
Oh.
we know. Like that's it. That's it. There's not like
Okay.
it's quote unquote open. It's people are saying it's open world. We don't know what's going on with that. Like we have no
Mm.
idea what's going on. But it looks like they're trying to do a. You see Pokemon in the wild, you catch them in the wild, and you battle them in the wild, and it's
Mm.
which is something they kind of did already. But this one is supposed to make you feel like you're actually in the world. Um, what they really I don't know. What they really need to do is kind of Final Fantasy 7 it, Final Fantasy 7 remake it, where you make it more interactive,
Mm.
by having it action oriented. But they're never going to do that because they'll lose the casual fan base. People who play
Yeah.
Pokemon do not
Yeah.
want to do
Tricky.
that. Oh my god, thank you so much. They don't. People who play Pokemon want to do it casually. They want to wait to do their turn. They want to wait to do all that stuff. Um, and so yeah. I mean, Pokemon's the one RPG I will play. I will play a ton of. Man, but yes, Pokemon Red is epic, and well, Pokemon Yellow is, by all means, by all needs, it's the same game. So
Pokemon Yellow's the best. I think Pokemon Yellow's better
yeah,
than
Pokemon Yellow
Red and Blue.
is Pokemon Yellow was there like, okay, we fixed a bunch of issues, we added a bunch of content. It definitely is the pinnacle, but like getting Pokemon Red as my first game, I can tell you like the sprites in Pokemon Red are weird. And then if you go back to the Japanese sprites,
Exactly.
they're so weird. But
They're
it has
so weird.
but like just like what I said before with games that have character, like that game had character with those weird sprites, those weird things. Like Gengar has changed from the color black to the color purple to the color black to the color purple. Take a look. His sprite's been all over the place. Yeah.
And why not? It's
And-
Gengar. You can do it once.
Yeah, exactly. It's Gengar.
Let me
Like
try to
seriously.
Google it. Gengar in Pokemon Red.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh no.
I forgot how it looked like.
I mean,
Oh,
also
yeah.
there were no colors on
So
the
weird.
Game Boy, on the original Game Boy. But if you look at the art, so look up Google it. I think Gengar is specifically the Pokemon that has the most changes over the years. Yeah. So there's yet another news story.
Oh, what is it?
Oh, okay. Should we go with Mortal Kombat or Mario Kart Live? Skye.
Oh my god, Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. All right. Are you guys excited for some depression about Mortal Kombat? Mortal Kombat 11 DLC is done as NetherRealm shifts to next project. Now,
I have not played Mortal Kombat for a really long while.
yeah.
Like a really long while. The last Mortal Kombat that I played was the one on PS1. I think it's called Mortal Kombat Trilogy.
Oh yeah. Mortal Kombat Trilogy. That was 1, 2, and 3, I think.
Yeah, 1, 2, and 3, I think.
Yeah.
When I remember that one. After you finished with the tournament, then you can see the credits, and also they actually showcase all the fatalities, brutalities, animalities,
Oh really?
barbarities.
Like in the credits? Wow.
Yeah, in the credits.
I would have gone nuts. Like I played
Yeah,
like
me too.
Mortal Kombat 2 in the arcades and stuff. Maybe Mortal Kombat 3 in the arcades too. But I never got a chance. I have Googled different fatalities, but babalities, friendships. So great.
Oh,
They're so
God. Yeah, friendships.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying with Mortal Kombat and Smash. Add Scorpion into Smash. I just said that specifically so Yeet would just be like, yes. Add Mortal Kombat into Smash and add instead of for the super move, add a friendship. Like be like, yes, this is a game about murder, but we're not gonna actually have it be about murder. Yeah. I don't know. It's a thought. It's definitely a thought. So yeah, they're done with DLC, but like they have so many of these. I think they're all like American icons, but they have all these. Terminator, is in the new one. Rambo is in the new one. RoboCop is in the new one. All of these
Oh my
crazy
god, RoboCop.
RoboCop. Yes.
I played RoboCop back then on Sega Genesis.
Yes. But I mean the movies are iconic as well. I don't know if the games are iconic. The movie, Spawn. Yeah, Spawn is also in there. Spawn is the only character to like be in a game with both Link and being a game with RoboCop. Um, Spawn. Oh no, Spawn. Spawn was not. Spawn was not in the exact same game. Okay, what I'm getting at is Spawn was in Mortal Kombat 11, but Spawn was also in Soul Calibur 2 on the Xbox.
Oh, Soul Calibur.
Yeah, and Soul Calibur 2 on the GameCube had Link. So that was a
Link.
Okay, so Spawn,
yeah,
the
in a
character,
way.
is the missing link between
I'm telling you.
Link of Zelda
Yes.
and RoboCop. So if you're ever on a quiz show and you ask how do you connect RoboCop to Link from Zelda, Spawn is the answer.
Spawn is the answer. Spawn is
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm just like, well, think about all
Always
these different
learn something new on
crossovers.
Comic Book
It's
Cast.
super crazy. Yeah. You want to take a guess on who was on PlayStation? They had their own special character. It's great. Soul Calibur was like really the first one with those big crossovers.
Don't know. Tell us, Pocket.
Hi
Soul
Hachi.
Calibur. Ooh. Hey Hachi, yes. Tekken.
Tekken. Yeah. Oh, that's right. The Mortal Kombat 11 has also Joker from DC. Yeah. It also has Joker.
Okay.
Like there's so many of these crazy I don't know whose idea it initially was to have these crazy crossovers in video games, but man, it just makes me happy. Just keep I don't even play Mortal Kombat 11, but apparently Kratos was in Mortal Kombat 9. That's awesome. That's so cool. And so I'm here for it. I'm here for it each and every time. Skye, what is another favorite game of all time for you?
Oh. Probably Near Replicant.
Ooh, those freaking Nier games. And
Yeah.
Soul Calibur has a crossover with Nier, right?
Oh, I didn't know that, really.
Yeah, they have a crossover. They have 2B in Soul Calibur, like 7, whatever the newest Soul Calibur is. They have 2B. They actually.
I see.
Isn't that so cool?
2B. 2B is like from Near Automata.
Yeah.
But Near Automata is good as well. But I am.
Replicant's a lot better. I mean, because
yeah, Near Replicant is so much better in my opinion. I think it's.
What?
I think it's more depressing in a way. It's more gloomy, and I don't know. I was just so into the story. I cried like a baby.
Oh, for sure.
And I just couldn't move on from the game. Oh my god, Near Replicant is so good. If you guys haven't played Near Replicant, you should. So
Wow.
good. Even though the pacing is like really, really slow.
Okay.
But it's totally worth it.
I mean, I don't get a chance to play much on the Xbox, but my roommate has an Xbox One X. The Xbox One Xbox. Yeah, my roommate has an Xbox One X in the living room, and the one game I've been able to play, and I haven't been able to finish it yet, is Nier Automata, and it's just so. I mean, it's visually stunning. It plays like a platinum game should play. I mean, it's platinum. Those guys make Bayonetta, if I'm correct. It's amazing. And it's
amazing.
They found a way to make something that looks dreary and like dull, very cinematic and interesting, and because it's like I don't know. I don't understand that. How do you like pitch a game where like we're gonna make everything have like a very like cruddy look, like everything have no vivid texture, no vivid colors in this game. That's just not gonna be a thing. And like have it be like a highlight, right? That's Near Automata. I don't understand it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's very.
What?
It looks like very dusty and grayish, and the music is so good.
Yeah, the music also just like sets the scene. So what, as someone who has not played Replicant, what is something to look forward to once I in 2 years finish Automata?
Oh, definitely. You have to prepare some tissues because
Oh
it's
my
so
god, yeah.
sad. I think it's the saddest game I've ever played.
I mean, even the premise of Nier Automata is super sad.
It is so sad. Automata is so sad as well, but I didn't cry. But Near Replicant, oh my god, it crushed my soul.
Oh
It was
no.
just so good and so sad at the same time. And I just, when it ended, I was like, I want more. I want more. I just want more.
Yeah. No,
Just too good.
and you will get more. I mean, that's like a pretty like um popular franchise. You know they're coming out during with a phone game as well.
Oh yeah, the Near Reincarnation. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Near Replicant is not the saddest game I've ever played.
Okay.
I just,
Saddest game we've
I
ever
just,
played. All right, in the comments, saddest game you've ever played. We'll go around and do this. This sounds fun.
What about you, Iznib? What is the saddest game you've ever played?
That's a good point. I can't think of a particular game off the top of my head. However, I will say this: when I streamed Final Fantasy VII recently, the section where you go to Cosmo Canyon and you're dealing with Red
Yeah.
13's backstory,
Oh really?
I was leaking. Yeah, I was leaking from the eyes.
You're leaking from
Really?
Reds.
Yeah,
From Reds, and
yeah,
not
definitely.
the big twists in Final
No,
Fantasy
no,
VII.
the big twist that didn't affect me. For some reason, the stuff with Red 13 that got me going.
Oh
Um,
man.
what else? And something that comes to mind, which was very interesting at the time. The uh, the first season of the Walking Dead Telltale game. I don't know if either of you guys have played that or if anyone in chat has played it.
Oh
Now,
yeah.
I'm not really a fan of Telltale games. It's more just like an interactive comic book, which is fine.
Yeah.
Um, However, the story of that first season, anyone who's played it knows what I'm referring to. The ending of it that got me really emotional. In retrospect, I don't know. Maybe I was just in a particular, uh, yeah,
Link
Link
Pones
Link
Ganon
Bones canon. Yeah, knows
saying
what I'm
my
talking about.
tears, my tears. I
Um,
haven't played it yet, but I have some of those.
yeah, there's nothing. I can't think of a particular game though that got me super emo. But those moments definitely I remember.
Yeah, I have to think. I'm like I know the movie that would hit me hardest, but and I do have to note on Final Fantasy VII something about um man, now I'm gonna butcher his name, but Oematsu. Um, I
Aw,
like the
my muse.
yeah exactly. The composer for Final Fantasy VII. You know, like there's a reason why I have Aerith's song as my follow alert. It's just it is such a sentimental song. I don't understand how he does it, and just it does bring in the feels. Um, oh, sorry. That my follow sound is Celeste. I'm playing it in my head. I'm like, that's a beat. That's not it. But yes, my hosting sound is um is Aerith's theme from Final Fantasy VII. What is the saddest game I've ever played? Good question. I don't know if I've ever cried over a game, but it's not like I'm a big crier. I'm trying to think of like saddest game because like Hollow Knight was pretty brutal. I really have to think like what are the popular sad games? I know there's an iconic one that's gonna hit me. Like it's gonna hit me like a brick, and I don't know what it is yet. And I liked Yeet's answer. Yeet's answer was Smash when Byleth was released. Now that's probably an inside joke because there's too many Fire Emblem characters in Smash Brothers according to most people, and it's just like it is very sad when something like that happens. I mean that's probably the most sentimental I've been over a video game, Smash Brothers. Not necessarily sad, but more like sentimental because Smash Brothers they found a way to include Cloud, right? And even though I wasn't a big fan of Cloud, I understood how much that means to people, how much that means to fan
Aw.
bases. Um, and so like when they had Banjo Kazooie, yeah, it's you look at it on the surface, it's a bear and a bird, but if you look at it from the history, it's that Banjo Kazooie was supposed to be in Smash Brothers 64, and Rareware was this very promising company, and when like they were bought by Microsoft, then Microsoft didn't they didn't do anything good. I'm not gonna blame Microsoft, but when they didn't do anything good after that, right? Like there was all this promise, and so it just it brought back a lot. And there's so many other characters like that. So Smash Bros. To me is definitely the most sentimental I've ever been on a game, because every time they bring out a character, like I just understand. I don't care. I just understand that they just released a new character from Tekken, and I understand that there's some kid who grew up with Tekken and was like, man, it would be really cool if the guy from Tekken was able to fight Pikachu, right? And they're on the same level. Being able to say we are all here on the same level, to come together like that to me was my biggest thing. Yeah, fan service at its best. Yeah, yeah. Seeing
Never played Smash Bro.
like seeing Sans get in, seeing Sans get in as a Mii fighter. He got in as a costume. He didn't get in as a character. That to me was like probably the biggest thing, because it is a game from a single developer, pouring his heart out into a game, and seeing it being recognized by the biggest crossover in video game history, was a big deal to me. With that song Megalovania from Homestuck, it's in Homestuck. I don't know that. So anywho, I have ramped. I've ranted for a while. So Skye,
Okay.
what about you? What is the, I guess, saddest game you've played?
Saddest game. um, I think it's either The Last of Us Part 2 or Life is Strange 2 or Shadow of the Colossus. Either of those three. I just can't pick
Oh,
for some reason. I just can't choose between those three.
I still have to play Shadow of the Colossus. I have it on
Oh my god.
PS2. I think I have it on like PlayStation Plus or something. I don't know. I still have to play
It's
that.
so good.
It originated. It originated so much.
I I didn't like the controls in Shadow of the Colossus because the camera was kind of poopy
Yeah,
in a way. But
it was the
oh
first
my
game to ever
god.
do that, though. It was the first game to ever have, Colossuses. Just was. I don't know if there's anything else that ever did that. Like that was just not a thing.
Yeah, it was so good. Um, I didn't really understand the story to be honest because there were like a lot of some plot holes in there, but the ending just got me. And as for Life is Strange 2, the story itself is not my favorite. I think that Life is Strange, the first Life is Strange, is so much better than Life is Strange 2. But to me, Life is Strange 2 is sadder than the first game.
Yeah.
And
Well,
as
I
for The
haven't
Last
played
of
it.
Us Part 2, y'all know the story, Last of Us Part 2. It
I
is sad, like super sad.
I still haven't finished Life is Strange. Oh, sorry. I haven't played Life is Strange, and I haven't finished Last of Us. So, you know, that's me. That's me being dorky. Um, that's definitely come up in other podcasts. How I have that issue. Um, so there's more good news. I guess I'll go with a quick one. League of Legends new music gives streamers lo-fi beats to game 2. Um,
Ooh,
so
lo-fi.
yeah, so I like this story because it's just it, it's League of Legends puts out great content. I hate the game because I played it a lot a whole lot, and the community was toxic, and it's a fantastic game. It's an absolutely
Is it?
it's an absolute like it's engineered to be addicting, like in the best ways too. Um, like it's like a 45-minute match. You start off and it has you like, okay, well, I have to plan things out, and then you just start building your character, and as you level up, man, like and it like plots out like that rush over like, let's say, a half an hour until you get to level 6, and then it caps out with like you get a ultimate ability that does an amazing thing, and it just like it like methodically builds in just such a perfect way, and it has 100 characters, has so many characters, so that you'll never be able to master it. It's just never a thing. It'll always be fresh in a way. And the games only last like 45 minutes, and then it ends, and it's like, oh man, I won. I have to keep playing, or I lost. How could I do that? I have to keep playing. And so it's so honestly, it feels really systematic. It's ridiculous.
The game lasts for 45 minutes? That's a really long game.
It depends. It depends on the round, but I'd say an average match would be a half an hour to 45.
I've never played any League of Legends.
Oh yeah.
Skye, neither have I.
Have you guys played
You
MOBA
too? No.
I haven't. No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I haven't.
So
I have not.
it's a lot of fun. Like I quit League of Legends, as I said. Like it was something that took up so much of my time that I had to quit it. That is, well, it's not the only game I've ever quit, but that is the only like addicting game that I've ever quit, I guess. Right? Yeah, League of Legends, it just soaks up your time. It just does. It just does. And it is fantastic, especially if you have four other people to play with. You have this like real team strategy. You have like real uniqueness with your character. Like the one character I was able to like really get into was a character named Zillion. 1 out of 100. A character that no one played. Right? He ended up being played by professionals a little bit later, because he has his ultimate ability is he puts this thing on a character, so that if they die, it lasts 7 seconds. If they die with it on them, they just come back to life. That's it. So I'd put it on like the tankiest, or like my our most powerful character, and he could just go into battle, kill a person, and then come back to life and walk away. And it was just like, anywho, he looks like Father Time.
Powerful.
Yeah, he looks like if used correctly. Yeah, if used correctly.
I heard the community is kind of toxic. That's what I heard.
Yeah, exactly.
League of Legends, Valorant.
So that's why I quit, because it was just not healthy. The community is super toxic. But I will have to say, like this article says, like League of Legends, well, like this article is, I'm not even saying words at this point, but basically they put out great content in addition to things, with people like they have songs made for their game from Imagine Dragons and the Crystal Method, and all these other places, and their animations are always amazing. One of their I wasn't even playing the game when they had this small animation for a character they were releasing called Echo, and it's a great story in like 40 seconds. And well, I don't know how long it is. It's not that long. It's like under 3 minutes, right? And it's a story about time travel and making tough choices, and it has amazing music. And basically, even if you don't play League of Legends, watch their YouTube channel. Their animations are incredible. The song when they released Jinx, Get Jinx, is amazing. And Echo the character, not Echo the Dolphin, Link Pone's game, Ganon. Echo the Dolphin, and not Project Dolphin or Dolphin 64. So I'm very excited about them having lo-fi beats because I know. Link, I'm kidding. It's fine. Um, I
So,
know that
sorry,
this is gonna
Pocket.
be great.
Is the idea it's just integrated into the game? So rather than having the game music, you can listen to this chilled out lo-fi instead. Is that?
I don't think so. No, I think this is just for YouTube. I am sure.
Oh, okay. So they're just releasing their own
Yeah,
DMCA free music. Oh, okay.
yeah, like yeah, they actually say it's DMCA free, and
Excellent. Okay.
it's they've come out with full albums.
Mm.
They came out with a metal album called Pentakill.
Oh,
They came
metal
out.
album.
Yeah, they came out.
Let me make a
They
note
have
of
a
this.
pop band called KDA, and like their songs are great. Like they get great stuff. What topic are we on? We're on great content that video games are putting out that's additional. Like this stuff is from League of Legends, but it's not stuff that you play League of Legends for. Like it's just from their YouTube channel. You know, it's just stuff that they give out to the community. And it's really cool. And that's I just wanted to highlight that cuz it's really nice. um I can go on to Mario Kart. Mario Kart Live update brings new courses and items. So I don't know if
Sounds
you've
good.
guys seen that. This is Mario Kart Live. It's the this is my screen overlay. Just my this is what I do
Oh,
for
that's so
having.
cute.
Yeah, these are just toys. This is the Mario Kart
Mm.
toy if you've seen that. So they sell like an $80 Mario Kart RC car that you put on the floor and you put like little boundaries and you drive around and I think you play it from your Switch and you play Mario Kart on your Switch with it. But the
Oh,
car is actually moving around in real life and they superimpose using AR and a camera from the cart. It's the
my God.
craziest thing. Yeah, it's the
That
craziest
sounds
thing. Look it
insane.
up. Yeah, it's in the living room. You know, it's like it still is in your living room. Um, Link Pones Ganon says, "I've been needing to buy it since I moved into a hardwood floor apartment, but my cats would freak it out. Freak it out. Yeah, exactly. It's
Fun fact.
right. It might be $100. Stuart Little would love
I
the
have
Mario Kart RC. Yes. Skye, go on.
I have never played Mario.
You've never played a Mario game?
Only Super Mario Maker 2, and that's it.
Okay, well, that does count. In
It's a
fact,
start.
in fact, if you were to play any Mario, I'd say that would be the one to play. You know, like if you wanted to get a kind of glance at Mario as a whole, um, well, I'd say Super Mario World first. But yeah, you have now a perspective on each Mario game because they have you know every 2D Mario game represented. I think so.
I hear that the Mario 64 is good.
Well, yeah. So 3D Mario games. Oh man, Super Mario 3D Maker would be amazing. Mario 64 is great. I tried playing it when they came out with the re-release recently, and I couldn't get back into it for the fifth time. I've beaten it. I own it on multiple consoles. It's great, but at this point, in just like how Zelda had its flaws with Ocarina of Time, people have perfected the platformer past Mario 64. It was the first, well, it wasn't the first, I think Bubsy came out before Mario. I think it might have beaten it. But like so maybe it wasn't the first 3D platformer, but it was the first good 3D platform. Maybe even
Mm.
Crash Bandicoot came out before Mario 64. I have to
Never
look that
played
up.
Crash Bandicoot.
And it's you never played Crash Bandicoot? That one's a
No.
little tighter
I've
controlled.
only I've only played it briefly. Skye, I'm very unfamiliar with Crash Bandicoot, so don't feel
Yeah,
bad about
me
that.
too. Like, funny thing is, like in my
Yeah.
country, Nintendo wasn't really a thing
Mm.
when I was growing up. So most people here in Indonesia, we grew up like most gamers they grew up playing PlayStations
Yeah,
actually. PlayStation and
fascinating.
Xbox. Even Xbox is not really popular here. But when Switch came out, oh boy.
Well, I mean, uh,
It is a thing now.
didn't the Nintendo 64 not sell well? Like, wasn't that a thing? Like, everyone loves
Even
Mario
GameCube,
64. Yeah. What?
even GameCube wasn't really a thing here,
Hmm.
I mean, yeah.
except
Well,
for Super Nintendo,
GameCube didn't sell
like the
well over
SNES.
here. Yeah, GameCube didn't sell well over here either. I think. Well, it definitely didn't sell well over here.
Yeah, I don't think it did over here either. Pocket.
Like,
The N
yeah,
the N64. I remember being like all of my friends had it, so and it was hard to kind of get a gauge as a child when, especially when there's no or very little internet. But I do remember that the GameCube. I think I was the only person I knew who had it, and that's
yeah.
only because I was bought it as a gift. Um,
Oh, I was
Mm.
so I
just
can't
a
know.
we were a Nintendo household.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait, I could save up and get the other like one of the other consoles. Great. So I was bored with my GameCube for a little bit. I got PlayStation 2 at some point. Wow.
Oh, PlayStation 2, I like PlayStation 2. It's my favorite console.
Isn't that the largest selling console of all time, PlayStation 2?
I
Think
think
so.
so. I remember Dynasty Warrior 2 was my first game that I played on PS2, and I was so amazed.
Yeah, wow, you played Dynasty Warriors 2. Those
Yeah, I played Dynasty Warriors 2, and then I played Onimusha. I was
Okay.
so amazed.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, look, it PlayStation 2 is just such a great console. Got everything. It's got Persona 4, I think, right?
Yeah,
It's got
Persona 4.
I think it's got Persona 4. That's how long we've been waiting for Persona 5. Tony Hawk Pro
Yeah.
Skater. Yeah, that was a great one. That is so I can't wait to get
I
the remake.
remember back then when I got a typhoid fever and
Oh
when
boy.
I was resting at home. Star Ocean 3 was my friend back then.
Oh
Star Ocean
man.
accompanied me. Star Ocean 3 till the end of time on PS2. Oh my god, it was so good.
The
Never finished it though.
typhoid fever coming out of nowhere. Yeah. Oh man, I'm glad you had something. Hey, that's great. Star Ocean 3. You just got
Star Ocean 3 is really good.
Yeah. Um so apparently Streets of Rage 4 gets a lightsaber and survival mode on July 15th. Um that's yeah, exactly. Zhang just said it. Typhoid fever, Skye. You just didn't mention that. Don't mention that. Typhoid
I got
casually.
typhoid
Exactly.
and dengue fever, by the way. Both of them. I got both of them.
Oh man. But we're glad you're okay. Yeah.
You survived.
Yeah.
You
I
survived.
survived. I was hospitalized for like 2 weeks. And
Oh
then
man.
I got home. Then I was resting for the whole week or for the whole 2 weeks. Then I played Star Ocean and Persona 4.
Oh.
Persona 4 was my very first Persona game that I played, and I was in love.
Yeah. I mean, as I said, I'm not an RPG guy, and so 3 hours into Persona 4 on the Vita, people said it's the best game on the Vita, and I was like, oh, cool. I'm 3 hours in. I I'm 3 hours in, and I'm still in the tutorial. It just ended. So I finally
It's really good.
I
Persona is
finally
life.
I finally got past it. Um.
I'm not really a huge fan though of Persona, honestly. I still prefer
Ooh.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah. So, um. Yeah. Persona. I can't wait to play Persona 5. So, no.
Persona 5 is good.
Has anyone in the chat played Streets of Rage 4? Because I'm trying to figure this out. I guess they do have a lightsaber. It looks like a lightsaber.
Oh,
Um.
Streets of Rage.
Yeah. Streets of Rage 4 is the beat 'em up that's been getting that people say is like the best. Um.
Hmm.
Streets of Rage 3 was my second game that I played in my life. So the first
Mhm.
game that I played, it was a Japanese game on Sega Genesis. It's called Doraemon. I don't
Okay.
know if you guys know that. It's an odd game. So it's like it's from an anime, like a very popular
Doraemon?
anime. Yeah, Doraemon. Yeah,
I'm like, I think I might know.
Doraemon. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cute thing, right?
Yeah, it's a cute blue cat
The blue
robot.
cat. Yeah, yeah. It's a robot. I forgot. Yeah, I was like, I know
It is a
he's in
robot.
a lot of different things. He's in Harvest Moon now, essentially. Now they call it Story of
Yeah,
Seasons.
yeah, the story of seasons.
Yeah, they call it Story of Seasons.
Yeah,
They
yeah, I played that game.
Harvest Moon lost the copyright to the name Harvest Moon. That's the thing that happened,
I just,
guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just hate Harvest Moon now.
Well, have you played Stardew?
I have, but I
It's
got
so good.
bored.
It's so good. Oh man, it's so good. It's so
I got
good.
bored.
It's
It's
not
okay.
linear enough.
Yeah, it's not linear enough. Not
Bless
linear.
this guy.
I
Yeah.
I think I still prefer Harvest Moon back to nature, just because it's more linear, in a way.
Yeah.
Have you played Harvest Moon Back to Nature on PS1? I think it's like the
Like
best farming
actual.
game.
No, I haven't.
It's really good. It's really, really good. Um,
Friends of
so
Mineral Town
yeah,
was
Doraemon
my
was my
highlight.
Mineral Sound actually. Back to Nature is actually Mineral Sound.
Oh, is it? Do you get the elves? So Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town was awesome because you could get you would end up with slave elves. That's what you would have. There's no good way of putting it. You'd have elves that would do your bidding.
Yeah, true.
That's what it
How
was.
many elves were there?
There were like four. I think you could have four, and they do chores for you.
I think in the Back to
You
Nature
didn't
you
pay
have
them
like 6 or
anything.
7.
What? That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. And yeah, so yeah, I played Doraemon. Doraemon was like my very first Sega Genesis game, then followed by Streets of Rage 3, and I was so amazed. I was so into that game. Blaze was my Blaze. She was such a Blaze.
She's a good character.
Yeah, she's a good character, right, Iznib? And then I started to play other Sega Genesis games like Mickey Mouse, the World of Illusions, or Castle of Illusions, I forgot.
Okay,
Then
yeah.
followed by, what was it again, Lion King?
Oh, Lion King on
Yeah,
the
we did have
Genesis.
Lion King. And Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh,
Yeah.
this game of that. Oh, excellent.
Right?
Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho.
So about this Doraemon game as well. Like, what's the what was the Doraemon game?
Ah, it's a platformer game.
Okay.
And funny thing is, of course, there's a boss in every round. So it's a rock, paper, and scissors, actually.
Oh wow.
Rock, paper, and scissors.
That's
Um.
for your first video game, you don't need much more than that, do you?
Yeah.
And it's in Japanese, by the way, so I couldn't understand a damn thing, but I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah. I do hear that. I'm glad that you're able to play things in Japanese. I always love that, like getting like ROMs and being like, man, I'm just clicking menus. I think I got through to the right thing. They even released on the American eShop. Well, in the Nintendo Online app, they have, um, man, the the game with the it's the puzzle game. There's a puzzle game that was only released in Japan, and we got it as Yoshi's Cookie. So I'm just gonna call it Yoshi's Cookie. Um,
That's a cute
and
name.
they released the um, and it was also Tetris Attack, I think. So they released it in the Super Nintendo Online thing, or is the NES Online thing, and it's in Japanese, but you can get through the menus easily. Anywho, that was me talking obscure, yeah, all these obscure things. Um, I do have another article that I think we have to get to. Um,
What is it?
it's another Zelda thing. We have to get through
Oh.
to this. It's Skyward Sword HD fixes many of the Wii game's most annoying quirks. So Skyward Sword is infamous for a lot of different things, a lot of different issues. Um, so one of the big issues is something that you found in one of the Pokemon games, like too many, too much help and cutscenes and tutorial. So now Frye, who was the annoying tutorial lady who lives in the Master Sword or is the Master Sword, now she's skippable. Perfect.
Excellent.
I have not gotten a chance to play Skyward Sword though, so I can't speak too much to Skyward Sword. I know Skye hasn't. Iznib, did you get a chance to play Skyward Sword?
No, Wind
Mhm.
Waker was my final Zelda. Unfortunately, I know nothing of any more modern Zeldas after Wind Waker. Unfortunately,
Oh yeah, you definitely should try. Yeah.
Skyward Sword.
Is it good?
So there's I don't think there's a bad Zelda game. This one gets panned typically because of a couple issues. It's still a great game. Um, like this one because of bomb bowling and the the issues with having Frye as a guide. Um, like people have said it brings it down, but with this remake and having a lot of those quality of life things in place, I think more people are going to appreciate the remake. Having said that, I'm not a fan of the way Nintendo re-releases games. Like, this is a $60 game, and you're not upgrading the visuals that much. Like they're making it 60 frames a second. I would imagine it was 60 frames a second initially. If not, then that is a big upgrade. Like that is not easy. And they're smoothing it out. But you know, a lot of other games when they make a remake, they'll either cut down the price or they'll give you extra content. And so, like look at what they did with Super Mario 3D World. So, they added an entire new mode. Yeah, so wait till we get Zelda Collection. It's gonna be $60. Yeet says, but if we get a collection, that's more than one game. Like Super Mario 3D All Stars, that was 3 different games. So let's say it's $20 a game. That's different from $60 from a game for one game. Honestly, the real travesty here is an article from a while ago where they have one of the quality of life things in an amiibo. And I don't know what I really think about that because I haven't played the game. Apparently, it's not that hard to get. What the amiibo does is you tap it into the game, and it's Zelda and a pelican bird thingy, whatever. Loftwing, I think, is the name of the creature. You tap it into the game, and it saves your spot, and then you like tap it back in, and you can instantly like it's a location thing, so you can like pop in immediately,
That's
right?
pretty cool.
Or sorry, you get to you teleport somewhere important immediately, and people are like, that should be just a feature. Why are you doing that? So I can understand the someone who has an issue with that. But man, July 16th, that amiibo will definitely spike in price. I know this is a little bit of a tangent, but I've been trying to get the Metroid amiibo from a while back. It's $150 right now.
What?
It's a 2-pack. It's a 2-pack.
Okay.
It's $150, the cheapest I've been able to find it. It's a 2-pack of Samus looking. So it's the Samus Returns amiibo. So she has like the holding the gun position, and it's also the cutest thing. It's a Metroid that cracked open from its containment unit, resting on its containment unit, and it's like $150. Like, no,
Cool. But,
it's really cool, but I think it might be like that because it's Metroid, and in the game it unlocks things for you.
Right. Okay. But
$150.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I think you can give that one a miss. Their pocket.
Right?
Just
No,
get it out of your mind.
I'm working on getting it from Japan. I have a friend. My friend who I used to do a podcast with, he's an obscure. This is another tangent. He's an obscure sport announcer. So like grapefruit peeling and ping pong, or sorry, well, ping pong would not be as obscure even. Like he does like top spinning tournaments, right? And he's going to the Olympics right now. And so when he goes to Japan, I told him, I'm like, okay, I think it's actually cheaper over there. Just pick me up this amiibo. The amiibos have the same functionality no matter where you get them from. So the only difference is the packaging. But even the I'm continuing on talking about Metroid. Have you played Metroid, guys? Tell me you've played Metroid.
No.
No, Iznib?
Skye.
That's okay. It's
Yes.
fine.
So-
It's fine. I'm
so,
not hurt.
Bless him. Bless him. It's
Bless.
fine. Well,
I'm so
well,
uncultured. I'm sorry.
No, don't
No,
worry about it. Really. I haven't
we've
played half the games
plenty
you've
of
played.
time, Skye. Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We've all had our own different experiences of video games growing up, haven't we?
Exactly.
We'll live in different parts of the world, so that's what this is about, isn't it? Sharing our differences.
Exactly. And how mine is correct and yours is.
Um, yes, I'm very familiar with Super Metroid.
Oh, nice.
Pocket. That was one of my first SNES games, which came with the console. Didn't know anything about it, and I absolutely love it. It holds up to this day.
So you
I
do
recommend
have
everybody play it.
experience. I mean, I'll tell you that I've
Yeah.
never finished Super Metroid. I'm still in the middle of it.
That's a shame.
Yeah,
That's right.
I was literally about to do
Like-
it on
like-
Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah, like all the other games you.
I spent
play.
hours
Okay,
wandering around, and I'm like lost on one specific part. Like
Okay, if you need any help, just let me know.
yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna just restart and play it through because it's a great. Where I got up to was fun. My experience with Metroid started with Fusion. Like I played at Fusion, and it's a weird point. I feel like that's where, a lot of people probably were like, man, is this Metroid? I feel like it would like betray some fans and make new fans because it's more linear. But I loved it. Oh man, when I was growing up, that was a game I just beat over and over. Metroid Fusion, and it's got a great story. Definitely play it if you haven't played it. This would be Metroid Fusion would be a game for Skye. It's pretty linear,
Is it
Um,
good though?
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's a great game.
The
Okay,
Skye's
then.
like,
Okay.
well, I like it though. Probably not Skye. Give it a go, though, sir. Give it a go.
But why
Uh,
does it suck? Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. No. So I mean, the other thing I was going to say about Metroid is that the Samus Returns game, the remake of the second Metroid game, is also like a little hard to find. It retails at like $46, which is $6 more than it came out for. But I feel like it's gonna go up in price. I don't know. Maybe it's only $46 because the remake was just the sequel. The new Metroid game was just announced. It's not a sequel. It's a sequel to Metroid Fusion, direct sequel to Metroid Fusion. Alas. Oh man, we have a bye Zhang. I hope you have a great
Bye,
sleep.
Luke.
Yes.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah. So whatever. I wanted to share a little bit about Metroid, but we can move on. Legion Cage asked me to show a game before, and I haven't done that yet. So I'm just gonna show No More Heroes on physical, which is a limited run
What's
game.
No More Heroes?
Oh, yeah, what's this?
Okay.
Looks
What is
nice.
that? Oh my god, Iznib. We don't know the same thing.
I mean, so I actually have not been able to get a chance to play it, but it is in the sense of like Shantae and Shovel Knight and all these other cult games that got into Smash Bros. As a Mii fighter. No More Heroes is supposedly a fantastic hack and slash, one of the best games on the Wii.
Oh, it's a hack and slash. I thought it
Yeah.
looks like the Phoenix Ace Wright Attorney.
Right? It does have that kind of art style. But like it's got so much character. The guy goes on like their version of eBay and buys a lightsaber, so you can see it's like a makeshift lightsaber type thing where it's like I think it's called a beam katana or something. So it's got a bar and it's just got a thing of like light between it, and you use this to like take on assassins or something. And it's very snarky. I've watched a little bit of what it is, and it's one of those things that a lot of people missed, but has like a really big fan base because people are really passionate about it. It's on the eShop, and I wasn't able to get. It's one of those games that is iconic, I guess you would say, but doesn't have a
Mm.
physical release. So limited run games did release, and I was able to get it. So whatever. My bank account will not like me, but fine. Yeah, No More Heroes. Definitely check it out. Look, it's a game to check out. But yeah, do you guys like hack and slashes?
I like I like hack and slashes.
Yeah, not against them.
Not again. Yeah.
Yeah, not the first thing I immediately think of near the top of the list.
Well,
But yeah,
hack and
you know,
slash took over your
anything.
genre, right? I mean, with hack and slashes now are RPGs.
Yeah, pretty much.
I
Yeah.
would have liked Zelda more without the puzzles, I guess.
Yeah, Zelda without the puzzles. So
Blasphemy.
that's.
But
I mean, that there are
it's fine,
some
fine, you love you
Zelda.
anyway.
What is Zelda without the puzzle? Is there a Zelda game without? Yeah, well, you know what you'd like then? Hyrule Warriors. That was fun.
Is that-
You like
I've
Dynasty
never-
Warriors?
I,
Or
you know,
played it?
I was amazed. I was amazed by Dynasty Warriors 2 back
Yeah.
then, but when I tried to play it again, I was like, nope, not my type of
Ugh.
game.
Yeah, I've played a couple different Dynasty Warriors games and didn't get into it until I played Hyrule Warriors, and it's just fan service. It's just fan service. I love I was
Ah.
like, wait, what? There's there's the comments are just crying. I'm like, what's going on? No, I mean we're just curious about what Zelda would be like
What's
without
going
puzzles.
on?
Without puzzles, it's just an action adventure game. That's what it is. Like it's not, you know.
I love Zelda without the dungeons, without the puzzles in the dungeon.
But they make you feel satisfied.
Skye, what we're gonna do next? We're gonna do Zelda without Zelda, Zelda without the Master Sword, Zelda without.
Yeah, what if Zelda was a guy?
What would
So what if Zelda was not a guy? Like,
I
change
always
Zelda.
thought that Zelda was a guy.
There you go. Yeah.
I thought that the main character's name was Zelda.
Yeah. What if
A lot of people do. It's fine.
what if
Skye.
Mario wasn't green?
Exactly.
And I just recently knew that Mario is a plumber.
Oh, really? Man, you need to watch
Yeah,
the
I
movie.
didn't know that he was a plumber.
Have you ever seen the movie?
No, there's a
It's-
Mario movie.
There's a
Yes,
movie.
there is.
It's
Live
garbage,
action.
and it's amazing
Yeah.
garbage. It's spectacular garbage. You could the second you watch it, you will be scarred for life in the best ways. It is definitely. So picture the post-apocalypse. Now put Mario in it, but through a portal because he's still an Italian plumber in New York City. He needs to go through a portal into the. It's awesome.
Wait, he's Italian?
Yeah.
He is.
How is he an Italian?
Oh,
He just is.
I mean,
what do you mean?
well-
How is he Italian and also resident of the Mushroom Kingdom?
right. Yeah,
Oh my
exactly. There you
God.
go. That's a good question.
That's so
Sween-
twisted. I love it.
oh yes. Sween has a piece of names yeah, Yeet is probably correct. How do you know what Skye or Iznib even? Do you know what Mario's last name is?
Mario
believe-
Bros.
I believe I do.
Okay.
Bros.
Bros. Yeah, that's what it should be.
Oh, Bros is not the last name.
His name is Super Mario Bros. No, it's not. It's not.
Skye. Bless your heart.
It's
Uh,
so
Oh, it's not his last name. I didn't know that.
I don't know if he canonically has a last name, but in the movie they do give him a last name. They're like taken to jail in this alternative world, and they're like name, and Mario goes Mario. Last name, he goes Mario, and then what's his name? Luigi. Last name Mario. Yeah, it's Mario.
What?
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly. His name is
that's
John
what it
Cena.
was.
It's Mario. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if it's canonically correct. And yeah, you didn't identify the very stereotypically done accent as Italian. It's Italian.
Ah, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
It's
Now
a
I want to play
me.
Mario 64.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do they have the Mario 64 on Wii U Virtual Console?
Yes, but I'd probably get it on Switch. Do you have a Switch, Iznib? Sorry,
I
Skye.
do. I do have Switch.
Yeah,
I do have
I
Switch.
get the 3D collection. That's probably a better
Oh,
version.
nice.
Yeah, it has all three,
Oh, cool, cool,
and there's
cool.
it's yeah. You should definitely get on there. It has three of the four. I know. You guys in the comments are gonna be like, it doesn't have Mario Galaxy 2. But yeah,
How many Mario games are there?
that's a fantastic question. Are we talking mainline and spin-offs or just Mario? Are we talking
Just
2D?
Mario,
Okay, great. Now, are we
just the
talking
main
2D Mario and 3D Mario, or just 2D Mario?
Yeah, all of them.
Okay, and the Game Boy games as well, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm sure there's a list. I could count it. I would say there's like with 2D and 3D, there's probably like 13 or something. There's probably maybe less. Maybe less.
13.
Oh,
Well,
wait,
Final
no.
Fantasy has more than.
Actually,
I can
wait,
handle
no,
that.
no. Maybe there's like it's probably around 20. I'm sure I'm
Oh
missing a
my god.
couple. It's not
According
as many.
to
Yeah, okay.
according to Google, in every single game that Mario has ever featured in or
Right, that's
appeared in
different.
at all,
That's different, yeah.
that's different. Okay, but
Because
that number is 256
yes, because
Ooh.
apparently.
I think A Link to the Past might even have him. A Link to the Past might even have a Mario
Yeah, now you
lurking
mentioned
around.
that. Yeah.
Like there is Kirby, I think, and there are Chain Chomps in Link's
Yeah.
Awakening. That's the one.
Yes.
Link's Awakening.
Yeah, you're right.
Because like in Mario RPG, Samus is sleeping somewhere. You know, like there are these weird crossovers.
Mhm.
Yeah. But the Mario mainline games, uh, it's a good question because you also another question is, do you count re-releases? Because there are several different re-releases, and then do you count the ones from Japan only? And you know, there's like 4 different versions of Super Mario Brothers. There's one with they actually released one with like a brand integration where like Goombas are something else. Um, based on some like, you know, comic or company. It had like their like logos or something instead. It's fascinating. The history of Mario Brothers is just so fascinating, to me and probably not most other people. But yeah, Paper Mario rocks. You should definitely play some of the mainline Mario's. Skye, start from the beginning. Wait, you have a Nintendo Switch, Skye?
I do. I
Do,
do have Nintendo Switch.
do you have the online
I
mode?
only got, like I do. I do have the online mode. I only own like Mario Odyssey and Mario Maker 2.
There you
That's it.
go. Well, so you've played
I
Mario
never
Odyssey as well.
played.
Oh, you never played.
No,
Well,
I've never played Odyssey.
okay. But you could do a thing where you go from the first Mario game up to the Super Nintendo one. So you can do because you have the online app. I don't know if it's different from different countries, but I think it is. I think it's the same. Uh, yeah, you can. I can even find a loophole if you need it. You can download the NES console on the Switch and the Super Nintendo console on the Switch, and it comes with the first Mario game, the second Mario
Ah,
game, the third Mario game.
I did have that. I
Yeah,
played The Link to the Past from there.
yeah. So you could do a whole series where you play from like the first Mario game over to like Super Mario World and beat that, and then do 64. And those games are shorter. I think the original ones are shorter, right? Like 1, 2, and 3 are fairly short,
Mm.
and then it starts to increase in length a little bit.
Mm.
They're all fantastic games, interesting pieces of history. Yeah.
Guy doesn't look enthused.
Oh
He's like, whatever. See you later.
man.
Just
I
be
mean,
honest,
like
Guy.
the
Just be honest.
the only Switch games that that I have played, Fire Emblem Three Houses,
Okay.
um, and what else? Octopath Traveler, Breath of the Wild, which I rage quit,
Yeah.
and then what else? I got like plenty of Nintendo Switch games, but I just haven't been able to, touch them all because I have like tons of games in my backlog,
Yeah.
like tons of them.
I'll do one more news story. Then I'll ask you guys what you're most looking forward to, and then we'll wrap
Okay.
things up a little bit. So the last news story is Diablo. Did you guys ever play Diablo?
My cousin loves Diablo.
Yes. So apparently there's new like information of the new characters and of the I think the old a new look at Diablo 4's classes and classic enemies. So I guess it's a look at the new classes and classic enemies. Man, what about Hades on Switch? Yeah, it is a great game. It is a great game. Uh
Oh, I've never played Hades.
it's great. It's great. It's a hack and slash. Well, it's a roguelike hack and slash. So Diablo 2 was definitely an iconic game for me. That was such a dark game. Oh, there we go. Whatever. I have an answer for status game later. Um, so Diablo 4 is like a back to its roots Diablo game where they're getting darker. They're going more to like Diablo 2, and the hardcore old fans like me are really excited. And so they gave a look at the new classes. So I was just gonna see if you guys played much of it, but I guess Skye, you just knew people. Iznib, did you play much of Diablo 2?
No, I unfortunately I never played it. Pocket. I've hear it's very well regarded and
Yeah,
beloved, and isn't the remaster of it coming out very soon?
yeah, yeah.
I did play a little bit of number 3, but I
Okay,
know that's
it's a different ball game. It's a different
yeah,
game. It
okay,
it just is.
yeah,
There was some real like it was in a sense a roguelike in its own way.
mm,
Um,
okay,
I mean it's not a roguelike, but it, it's automatically generated. So if you played it a second time, it would be fresh. So it's
mm,
it's a full game that's essentially a roguelike. Um,
mm,
so it's it's highly addicting, or it was back in the day. I'm sure another all games have learned from it. Like Borderlands 2 is Diablo in a first person shooter.
mm,
So if you played that, you'll notice
Mm.
that there's a bunch of different
yeah,
loot everywhere and it can be like super powerful and super interesting. That was Diablo. You'd walk
mm,
over, you'd open a chest, and you'd find something of a different color, and you're like, man, what does this do? I can get like, I can summon a skeleton or something. Like, I mean,
mm,
depending on your class and everything would be different for. There's a bunch of different classes, and it would, it does lightning damage. This one, I've got to equip that, and then you only have a certain amount of equip spots. And you had a crazy skill tree. I always played Necromancer, even though it wasn't a popular character, and like make all these different types of golems, and it has a compelling story too. Like you pop in, the devil's back, you gotta kill the devil. That's awesome.
Mm.
Um, so it's a great game. I guess let's ask you guys, and we can ask the audience, what game are you guys looking forward to next? What is the next thing that you are excited to play?
Iznib, go.
um, my God, nothing that's new that's coming out that I'm going to have access to Pocket. But if you just
Yeah,
mean in general,
yeah.
well, I'm plugging away on my Final Fantasy series.
Okay,
So every new game we start, I'm just super hyped to play the
that's
next one
awesome.
because I just love them all. I mean, there's too many to mention. I'm excited to get into some Mario games. Sky.
Yeah,
uh, Probably particularly Mario 64 because it's been such a long time, many years since I played it.
yeah,
Some old Zelda games. Donkey Kong Country trilogy. I'd quite like to get back into.
yeah.
Maybe even some Pokemon Yellow. Maybe
Are you
who
gonna
knows?
are you gonna try Donkey Kong 64? Did you play Donkey Kong 64?
Never played Donkey Kong 64.
That
Know
that
nothing
growing
about
up,
it.
so that growing up was my favorite. It's not. It's
Okay.
it's it's way too many collectibles in a game. But for
Mm,
someone who's a kid who had too much time, like
yeah,
that
it's
was my game, and I completed it. So it's apparently Banjo Kazooie is better, but yeah,
that's fine.
it's still
That's
it's
something
still
else
like
I'd like to play.
so nostalgic. Yeah, it's awesome. Like I would not. Yeah, all those games you listed are incredible.
Mm,
Skye, you want me to go
Thank you.
first, or you got your game?
I got mine.
Yeah, go for it.
Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster
Really?
1 until 6.
On the
Cause
phone? The Pixel Remaster's only
on
on
Steam,
uh
and mobile.
it's on Steam and mobile? I thought it was only on mobile.
Yeah,
Oh no.
yeah. I just pre-purchased all of the series.
Oh cool. It's awesome.
Yeah, cause I've never played Final Fantasy 1 until 3, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And I'm also looking forward to Fatal Frame. The Maiden of the Blackwater
Yeah, it's a remake
is
of
coming.
like a remake of a Wii one, I think, right?
Is I think it's a remaster or it's
Oh
just a
yeah,
port
yeah.
from Wii U.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, Life is Strange. Life is Strange True Colors coming this
Yes.
September,
With the collection
and
on
also
Switch.
yeah, and there's like a lot of games that I'm looking forward to, like Shin Megami Tensei 5 on Nintendo Switch,
Really?
then
Yeah, yeah.
Tales of Arise,
Wow. My
and
answers are gonna be
then Final
so
Fantasy
different.
16.
Yeah. Oh man, so freaking cool. So freaking cool. I played a bit of 15 after I played 7. I've got to continue 15 cuz I do like hack and slash. Wait, no, I've got to play through remake. I've got to play Final Fantasy. But the games that I'm looking forward to would be, you know, in the vein of what Iznib was saying, uh I've been doing a playthrough of each BioShock game. That has been
Oh,
really good. I've been playing it with Ingle Doom. Shout out to Ingle Doom. Such a lovely human. And
Oh my god.
so, oh my god.
love Doom.
I was actually hanging out with Ingle Doom last night playing Magic the Gathering with CR Game Room. Shout out to CR Game Room. Um yeah, so Ingle Doom, whenever there's a game, I didn't get into BioShock. Another game that I picked up, played for a second or two, put down, but I was able to play through it with Ingle Doom hanging out with me on voice, and it was a great story. BioShock 2 had a great story and great gameplay, and I need to play BioShock 3 because that is the like crazy one. That is the one in the air. I don't know much about. I don't know anything else. I just know it takes place. It has like a more cohesive narrative where you play as a specific person, as opposed to like, you know, BioShock 1 was, you know, a person. BioShock 2 was a big daddy. BioShock 3 is I don't is some guy with an actual name and has an actual story.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm very excited, and I'm gonna be sad when I finish it. I think. I think I'm gonna. Well, actually, I have some DLC to finish on BioShock 2, but aside from that, like that's gonna be interesting. And it made me appreciate the series enough to be like, yeah, he should be a big daddy. Should be appreciated in Smash Bros. But what other game was I going to say? Probably the new Pokemon game. Because if they actually pull off something good, which they're not gonna do, if they actually pull off a fix to what the game, you know, if they actually evolve as a series, which they're not gonna do, I'll be very impressed. But I'll be buying it anyways. It's gonna be so good. And aside from that, no more heroes. Ugh. This game is gonna rock. I'm sure it's gonna rock. Love myself some good hack and slash action.
Excellent.
Yeah,
I'll watch the gameplay on YouTube.
yeah. No, look up. It's got so much character. You shake the katana when it runs out of battery. The lightsaber when it runs out of battery, you shake it to like regenerate it. It's and you save on a toilet. Like it's ridiculous. You go to the bathroom to save, and you wear T-shirts of other
That's
indie
cute.
games. In No More Heroes 3 or something, not No More Heroes 3. In the Switch No More Heroes, you wear T-shirts of like Hollow Knight, I think, of other indie games. You wear T-shirts of the other studios. It's so funny.
Oh, that's so cute.
It's so cool. Yes. So I do have to say we are starting to wind down because we've been here for 2 hours with the lovely Iznib and Skye Frye. So let's start by going around and saying a little bit about your channels or closing thoughts. Because I've got to let you guys live your lives as well. This has been absolutely amazing.
Wait, what's that?
Yeah. Right? Skye, Look, Rancor is absolutely true. Thank you for following. Lovely Iznib, look at that hottie. Hot diggity.
That's your Rancor. Appreciate that, sir. Go look at Rancor's beard. If you want
Yes.
to see his hot, check his beard. Uh,
Ooh.
but yeah, do you want me to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
go first?
Take it away.
Yeah,
Guys,
please.
yes, you know me. I'm Iznib. I'm friend to all. Variety
Yes.
streamer, all
So
that
important.
jazz. Playing through the entirety of the Final Fantasy series, loving every minute of it. Come and hang out sometime. I always stream Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Usually playing on Saturdays the Borderlands series with my good friends Steph Babies and Casual Mer.
Yeah.
That's not every Saturday because they're real people with real lives, unlike me. So sometimes I mix it up and just have a bit of Final Fantasy instead. It's going great. I love it. I've got many other games and series I want to do, but I'm very much someone who, if when I start something, I wanna finish it before we move on to something else. So if you come and hang out with me, you will be sure of a very warm welcome. And if anybody ever needs anything, whether you're a streamer or a viewer, just get at me on Discord. I am there for everyone. I'm trying to do that at the very least.
Yeah, same here. Like, Iznib is amazing. Take him up on it, man. I'm telling you.
Bless your pocket, straight back at you.
Same. I still have to do more stuff for you. Skye.
I don't know about that.
For now. Skye. Let's give a proper plug for your channel or whatever you want. Really, anything.
Uh, Hi, I'm Skye. I am a variety streamer. Oh god, this is so awkward.
Yeah.
I'm a variety streamer, and I am from Indonesia. So I am currently streaming Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate, and I do like a lot of different things in the channel. Like I play horror games, mostly story-driven games though. Also, I don't really have a schedule. My schedule changes from week to week. But for next week,
You're
I
typically
am
streaming when
going
I
to.
wake up, though.
Yeah.
Like exactly when I
Well,
wake up.
Yeah, I stream at 9 a.m. Central Time, which is like 9 p.m. for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be like early for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for this week, which is like, oh, sorry, next week then. I will be playing a horror game on Tuesday, and I'm going to announce it on that day. What game is it going to be?
Exciting.
And I'm very excited. So that's it, I guess, for me. I'm so sorry. It's so
No,
awkward.
no, it's so great, right? Having the floor is it's a lot. It's a lot. You guys know me, I'm Pocket. I don't like plugging myself ever. But I will say that YouTube will not allow me to have my username or anything until I have 100 followers on there. I'm trying to make these small shorts of like reactions to news during the week. I'm going to try to get. I'll probably be able to get Skye Frye on one of these things because it's like 5 minutes. We'll talk about what happened. We did it for E3. Yeet is on there. Kerblet's on there of just like what happened at first reactions to E3 conferences, and we're going to do first reactions to whatever news story. So feel free if you want to follow up, and no pressure. But it won't allow me to have until I have 100 followers. It's not going to allow me to have my username. So that's lovely. And there's something more important here, and that's that we actually figured out a way to get 3 freaking time zones. It is now noon in New York City. I didn't even realize that I'd be ending at noon. Like it's the daytime. I'm like, I can't go back to sleep.
It's almost midnight here.
It's almost midnight for Skye. Like, this is crazy. And Iznib, it's starting to get late for you too. It's probably about 5, right?
Yep, just hit 5 o'clock.
Just hit 5 o'clock. Oh man. So I can't believe we pulled this off. Thank you so much to Skye and Iznib and everyone here at home who came on this random time, like out of nowhere, and our new friends like Linkpones Ganon, all these follows, Hilla Bunny, Goldworthy. We do this every week on Sundays, typically at 8 p.m. Pop back in if you like. They This is where the podcast typically ends. And I always need to figure out like a good ending on the audio. So bye guys on audio. And now we're going to head over to the next thing, which is we're going to choose someone to raid. It is our custom. We raid someone who doesn't have that big a following or is just a good friend of ours. We want to make sure. Thank you for the sub. We want to make sure that we send this love to someone who is small. So if you have someone who is small, Skye, Iznib, I like to make sure it's even someone that I don't even know. Like we want to, it's a special. Like we don't even need to. It doesn't have to be, but we try to make sure that we send this love forward. If you have someone for us to raid, we are more than happy to raid them. In the meantime, what did you think of the show? Did you agree with them or not? Hit that subscribe bell and notifications. No, it's don't you worry. Judah vibes. Oh, so someone's got Judah vibes. Riza, Hawkeye, Snipes. What are they playing? What's Judah vibes play? Because I do typically find something from. Let's take a look at. Guys, we're gonna spread that love to a raid, so why not? Oh, Judah Vibes is just chatting. And they have 6. And what's the other one? The other one.
Riza, Hawkeye, Snipes.
Yeah. Snipes. It's probably gonna be a first-person shooter, right? It's Fortnite.
I mean,
yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see, Judah. Let's go to Judah. Looks like he's just someone chill who's chatting. I think he's gonna like this. It seems like a really nice dude. Okay, do Judah this time. /raid. Guys, you guys are the champions today. Everyone who's here and everyone who's here in chat. Come on.
Okay, you're the true champion, sir. You're the one who organizes.
Okay.
I don't know how I.
Thank you for having us.
Oh man, I was so scared that wasn't gonna happen. I'm like, I'm getting up anyways. I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna do this. Man, thank you so much. Thank you for being part of the community. No, I'm excited for next week. Iznib, I might. Yeah, I was like, Iznib is the best. But I'm like, oh, I don't know who I should have next week. Iznib, just pick 2 people, and he's like, yes. Good. We'll have to figure that out. We're gonna have great people on next week, and I don't know, the same stuff. It's gonna be the same stuff. It's gonna be good stuff. I can't complain about this content, so I'll catch you guys a little later. Hit that raid button. He's polishing his glasses. Wait for it.